Yo, what is up YouTube? It is Jordan coming at you with another video. Today I'm on my balance, as you can see, Jordan Life, and I'm going to be doing a Grandmaster balance PvP deck setup, deck and gear. So you can see my deck is kind of like incomplete. Okay, first, show you guys my stats. You got a small peek at my deck setup, but I'm going to explain it totally later. Got 60 universal damage, 69 balance damage to my school, which is balanced, 50 resist universal, 16 universal accuracy. Got these 5 training points that I have no idea what I should spend on. I have a feeling that people are gonna suggest Satyr, but as you can I'll get to that later. Alright, for gear, you know, I'm gonna be like a hype beast, you know, full gland gear, ending rampant, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't have any other like suggestions. You know, if you're level 50 and not a warlord, I don't know what else to suggest to you because I got my rank in Magus PvP. So this is the Frosty Stair Tiki Torch. I got it on my lucky first pack. So let me show you guys my crit on my block. It's okay for my level. I mean, you know, whatever. Okay, so yeah, Frosty Stair Tiki Torch. It gives 1 pierce, 40 block, 45 crit, 1 power pip at the beginning of the battle. Gives a stun card, which actually comes in handy quite often. See, we got the myth wand just in case. I kind of like that just in case, because you know I use myth mastery, so if I don't have any blades on and someone uses like a myth set shield because they peeped my mastery, I could just wand it off. Also, that little minus 70 shield, it people still tend to kill my minions somehow with like through the 70 shield, but whatever. We got duelist fatal razor. You don't have to use that. If you don't tourney a lot, you could just use bear's claw or whatever, the little level 50 one that gives like 6 damage. This is like way better. So, but you know, if you can't use it, then just use that. I'll leave mastery for later because that's kind of a long explanation. Duelist Daredevil ring, it's the same thing. I mean, not the same thing, but you guys can use you know, the Grizzleheim ones if you can't like afford, if you don't have enough tickets for this. But these are really good. I would definitely recommend those. As for pets, it kind of like it's personal preference. I used this Prince Roxy. I have to change the name. I just realized how like stupid that sounds. But she has 6 universal damage, 10 universal resist, 9 universal damage, and make as fairy. If you guys aren't too lucky with pets, don't get me wrong, I'm like terrible with pets. This is just a first generation Backfire, whatever. A pet with proof defy and like a healing or proof damage and a healing, it would be good. I mean, you don't need the damage. Honestly, damage is the last thing you need to worry about, because I don't have the pet that I got to warlord on. Like, I don't have it in this character, but it was a selfish pet with proof defy and fairy. So basically an essential thing, not essential, but what would really help you is spell proof. That is like you need that on pet. Like, that would help a lot. Mounts, I usually like, not just kidding. No mount. I use Celestine deck. It's because I'm level 55. Big deal. It's still considered grandmaster, but it gives 4 extra cards, which is like the entire thing. But if you guys if you guys are wanting to stay at level 50, just use treasure deck. You know, got a few of those. Or you could go out here to Diego and buy the duelist. No, yeah, cards of the duelist, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna it's only 4 card, like a 4 card difference. So I'm just gonna show you guys my deck setup. Oh wait, mastery. It's kind of hard to like tell you what mastery to use or what mastery is good for myth, because I mean balance, because they can kind of use like any combination. For example, I like to use myth because I have basilisk treasure cards, or had basilisk treasure cards, but I've seen a lot of balances use myth, death, you know, life, even ice. So I mean, I don't know what to, like, you guys could just play around with it, but I'm gonna show you guys how to use the myth mastery. So I like to put in first this time, sorry. Alright, so I put in max towers. Why? Because tower is the best shield in the game. It's just the best, like 50 to any school, even the little death steal health spells, whatever. I put in 3 cloaks for just in case I want a cloak, like a dispel or a mantle. Not a mantle, but mostly a dispel. I never cloak my mantles. Because, well, you know, it kind of throws them off. Like, they can tell if it's a dispel or if it's a weakness, because they'll look at your, probably check your pips if they're smart. But you could just cloak it, and they'll think it's like a infection or a weakness or whatever. You know, just play around with it. Or some people close shields with that, which I actually think is kind of stupid. Whatever. Put in 3 cloaks, 3 life dispels just in case you're going first, or you know, second. You can use them from whatever position, from whatever you know, place. But I'd recommend using infections before. Like if you draw an infection on the first turn and have nothing better, use an infection. I've got myth dispels, because it only costs 1 pip for me, since I'm using myth mastery, and it actually helps because just in case I don't want to get earthquaked or shattered, or if I'm going versus the myth, which is amazing. And then I have, you know, vaporize. Conviction, because since I've got kind of a high rank, I mean, not, you know, I'm not gonna say I have highest rank, obviously not. I have like 1700 rank, yeah, 1749. So I tend to go versus higher levels, and they usually have higher crit, so I have max convictions in. I've also got max infallibles. As you can see, 3 infections. Infallible's great. It gives accuracy and pierce. If you don't know what pierce is, let's say you're going versus me and you have 50 resist. You pop an infallible, that 50 resistance is 35, which is a lot better, because, you know, it's just less resist the better. I rarely blade, so I only have 2 in. I've got max mantles, just in case I have no dispels or like nothing better to use. I use a mantle. I honestly think that they rarely fizz, but whatever. Got 3 judgments. So you can see I've only got like, you know, so like about 8 hits in my, oh wait, never mind, sandstorm. But okay, most of the hits are in the treasure card deck. I just want to point that out first. Got 3 judgments. These judgments are just for if I'm low on pips and I need to kill a minion. I use one of the judgments or a Loremaster. Usually I don't waste Loremasters on minions unless it's like a really good minion, like the ice minion or something, or the life minion. But what I do is I use enchanted and non-enchanted Loremasters to stack the weaknesses and blades and whatnot, just in case I can't do something better. Max minions, wait, not max, I think it's the max is 5, so 4 minions, whatever, but max is 4 on treasure deck. So 4 minions, really good. I would definitely recommend max minions because manders are great. 3 reshuffles, because I would really hate to be in a battle and then like run out of cards. Sandstorms, just in case like you just can't kill the minion. I mean, you can't kill the minion with like a judge or whatever. You sandstorm and then it takes off whatever shield they have, or it does a little extra damage and it kills a minion at the same time, so it's pretty good. These are because I use myth mastery, but you can just switch it around and use, if you have like fuse ice mastery or something, you can just switch it around and put in elemental blades. I put in 5 spirit shields, 5 elemental shields, because, well, balance gets these shields for a reason, and then 3 balance dispels. Now, if you have treasure deck, I would recommend you just take out the mantles, honestly. Yeah, that's basically it. The mantles, or take out 1 mantle, 1 conviction, 1 minion, and yeah, that's it. Whatever. Now to my TC deck. I'm not sure if I have all the TC that I use, but I'll try to kind of like tell you guys. Alright, so I put in 3 towers in my, deck, my TC deck. 1 earthquake. I usually have 1 Medusan. Where is it? 1 Medusan. Earthquakes are also a very nice thing to keep, because just in case you don't want them to stack. When I told you guys that I use enchanted and non-enchanted Loremasters, I meant, like, if I can't find an earthquake, I'll use that. I'll try and stack the weaknesses. Okay, so the Medusa, just in rarely ever use this Medusa, but just in case the person like doesn't shield a lot, then you Medusa. Or if you're going first and he has no shields up, Medusa. I personally prefer Basilisk. Usually carry 3 to 4 infels. I have 3 in now because why not? Availing hands. I usually keep in. Honestly, the availing hands is kind of expensive and hard to find at the bazaar. So what I also do when I don't have availing hands like right now, I use primordial or whatever on some fairies and some helping hands, and that usually gets me through. Let's see what else. Judgments, enchanted judgments, just because whatever, like just in case the opponent is left with a little bit of health left and you want to kill him, whatever. I usually have 4 Loremasters in. I'm not sure why they're like, my deck looks so spacey. I swear, like, I fill this up. 2 Time of Legends, because I wouldn't recommend you really use power play. 1 extra infallible, because whatever. So I'm actually missing a lot. Okay. Just put in 3 weaknesses. And 2 dispels. Guys, I don't I don't think anyone knows how good dispels are. Alright, so this is basically how finish saying what I was gonna say. This is basically my deck. This is basically how I play. I would do a match right now, but I honestly don't feel like it. So till maybe next time. Whatever. I swear that I don't use 3 weaknesses. I use something else, but I can't really remember what it is. And you know what? I'm just gonna give you guys another idea. If you want to stun your opponent for like a lot of rounds, what you could do, you put in 2 stuns. You like blade up, whatever, shatter, Medusa, stun again, judgment. That should do a lot of damage. Just saying. But it's not always gonna go as smoothly as I just explained it. And that's not my strat. I would much rather rely on Basilisk, which is an overtime spell. Okay. So yeah, guys. That's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this deck setup, and I hope it helps you somehow PvP or try to PvP in balance. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if this video in any way entertained you, and goodbye.